Hey there, everybody, and thanks for tuning into Cruise Blog today. This is Allie, and we're going to be talking about what a 7-night Carnival cruise should be costing you on board America's most popular and fun ships at sea. Let's get into it. From the upbeat environment of their fun ships to exploring new ports of call, planning a Carnival cruise is very exciting. However, nobody wants to overspend on their annual vacation, so it's essential to budget accordingly. The price of a 7-night Carnival cruise varies based on various factors, such as your sail date, the age of the ship, and the cabin category. Aside from logistical considerations, the price of a cruise also depends on the add-ons that you deem necessary. Things like drink packages, specialty restaurants, shore excursions, spa treatments, and Wi-Fi will all increase the cost of your vacation. Not sure how much a 7-night Carnival cruise should cost you? The answer depends on your personal preference. You could spend half of what another passenger spent on the same cruise if you opt for the cheapest stateroom and you limit your onboard spending. That said, here are some key factors that will influence the overall cost of your Carnival cruise. And first is the time of year. Cruises during a region's peak season will cost you more than if you were to sail during the off or shoulder season. For example, let's assume you're interested in taking a week-long cruise to the Caribbean. A 7-night cruise in July 2025 on board Carnival Jubilee, which is one of their brand new ships, starts at $1,100 per person based on double occupancy. However, if you can wait until October, the fare decreases to $829 per passenger. Similarly, a 7-night Carnival cruise to Alaska in May 2025 starts at $979, while the base fare for a sailing in July increases to almost $1,200 per person. Cruise fares typically are more expensive during school holidays too. Families often plan vacations around their children's breaks, leading to a higher demand for cruises. For instance, a week-long cruise over Easter in 2025 on board Carnival Celebration, which is another new ship, starts at $840 per person. However, if you have the flexibility to sail the week before, you can save around $90 per person. Christmas and New Year's are two holidays that also tend to see inflated cruise fares. A 7-night sailing to the Bahamas on board Carnival Pride on December 21st, 2025 starts at $1,200 per person for an interior cabin. In contrast, a sailing at the beginning of the month can be found for as low as $860, allowing you to save nearly $400 per passenger, and for a family of 4, that's $1,200 in savings. You should also consider the stateroom category when pricing out your Carnival cruise. Like the time of year, the cruise ship cabin you select will greatly impact the cost of your 7-night cruise. Typically, inside staterooms are the most affordable option as they lack natural light and are often the smallest cabins on the ship. Still, they provide a comfortable place to rest and are ideal for those who would rather allocate more money towards add-ons. Balconies are more expensive, but they offer a fantastic way to enjoy the ocean views and the fresh air from the comfort of your stateroom. This upgrade is essential for many cruisers as it allows them to sip morning coffee on their balcony or watch the sunset. Ocean view cabins are a great middle ground for those who want natural light to illuminate their stateroom each morning, but they don't want to shell out the extra money for a balcony. Suites provide the most comfort and space of any cabin on board a Carnival cruise ship. Plus, they come with perks like priority check-in, pillow top mattresses, and upgraded bathroom amenities. Of course, these luxuries come at a premium, making suites the least affordable cabin category. Using the same Christmas cruise on Carnival Pride as we mentioned earlier, interior rooms for this holiday sailing start at $1,200. However, if you want a private veranda, you'll have to spend upwards of $1,500 per person, while the cheapest suite is around $2,400 per person. Cabins also impact the price of a Carnival cruise during a region's shoulder season. For example, a week-long cruise on board Mardi Gras in February 2026 starts at $790 for an interior cabin, but if you prefer to enjoy the added space and the comfort of a balcony, the price jumps to $1,000 per person. Another consideration on the price is the ship that you're sailing on. Carnival's Excel-class ships are nothing short of impressive. From seemingly endless dining options to the first roller coasters at sea, modern cabins, and more, these vessels redefine the Carnival experience. However, as they're newest ships with state-of-the-art amenities and cutting-edge design, they are usually more expensive than the older ones. Looking at a Carnival cruise in November of 2025, a 7-night sailing on Carnival Liberty from New Orleans starts at around $700 per person. If you want to sail on Carnival Celebration, which is a newer ship, you're looking at paying at least $760 per person. A lot of Carnival's older ships also operate shorter itineraries, which can be ideal if you're trying to maximize your vacation budget. A 5-night cruise on the older Carnival Elation in October 2025, for example, costs around $430 per person. In comparison, the cheapest week-long Caribbean cruise starts at $660 on board the newer Carnival Celebration. Even if the cruise fare isn't substantially different, shorter cruises mean that you'll pay less in gratuities and for daily add-ons like a drink and Wi-Fi package. Speaking of add-ons, you should consider any add-ons you want before you book your Carnival cruise. Your Carnival cruise fare includes everything from accommodations to indulgent meals in the main dining room, comedy shows in the Punchliner Comedy Club, deck parties underneath the stars, and awe-inspiring playlist live production shows. However, there's a lot that isn't included. From alcoholic beverages to Wi-Fi, shore excursions, specialty dining, and more, there are tons of opportunities to spend money on top of your cruise fare. For a 7-night cruise, you can expect to spend around $500 for your Cheers drink package, depending on when you purchase it. The pre-cruise price, which includes a 10% discount, runs $495 for the week. If you wait until you're on board, though, you will pay $536. Similarly, the premium Wi-Fi plan starts at $21.75 per night, meaning the cost for a 7-night cruise is around $152. However, you can save up to 15% by purchasing the Wi-Fi plan in advance. Unlike Wi-Fi and drink packages, the cost of specialty dining isn't dependent on the duration of your cruise. If you want, you can stick to the complimentary options on board, which include the main dining room, Guy's Burger Joint, Blue Iguana, and the buffet. Many travelers, however, like to enhance their onboard experience with a meal in the ship's steakhouse or one of the other themed restaurants. The amount you spend on shore excursions is also based on your personal preference. Suppose you're cruising to the Bahamas or the Caribbean. In that case, it's easy to plan a budget-friendly day at the beach, which you can rely on public transportation or hiring a cab rather than purchasing a pricey cruise line-sponsored tour. In other regions like Alaska, it's often recommended to book excursions through the cruise line, especially for wildlife viewing activities and glacier tours. These excursions vary widely in cost depending on the experience, but it is not uncommon to see tours for anywhere from $150 to $300 per person in Alaska. Other add-ons to take into consideration are spa treatments, extra cost activities like bingo and the Bolt roller coaster, laundry services, behind-the-scenes ship tours, professional photos, fitness classes, and room service. You should also consider gratuities when pricing out your Carnival cruise. Carnival cruise fares do not include gratuities, aka tips. You can add them to your reservation when booking or have them automatically added to your sail and sign account to be settled at the end of your sailing. The daily rate for guests in standard cabins is $16 per person per day, while the rate for suite passengers is $18 per day. This means that for a week-long cruise, you'll pay $112 in gratuities if you're in a standard stateroom or $126 if you're in a suite. Since the price is per person, not cabin, it's important to factor in the total number of guests in your party when budgeting for gratuities. Another thing to consider are the port fees that you'll have to pay. Unlike gratuities, port fees are included in the overall cruise fare. You cannot get around paying them either. They must be paid in full by the final payment date. Port fees are charged by the ports of call to the cruise line and are a summation of a few different fees, including the pilot fee, per passenger fee, a docking fee, and more. In turn, cruise lines pass them on to the passengers. Not all ports charge the same amount, though. In fact, some charge significantly more than others. For instance, it's not uncommon to see port fees as high as $300 or more on Alaska cruises. However, sailings to the Caribbean or the Bahamas tend to have lower port fees, even if the cruise lasts 7 nights. So, what should a 7-night Carnival cruise cost? Well, there's no right answer. If you plan your cruise during the shoulder season and you book an interior cabin and you also limit your onboard spending, you can spend as little as $1,200 per person for a week-long getaway. However, it's also possible to spend upwards of $3,000 or $4,000 for a 7-night Carnival cruise if you want to sail in a lavish suite, you want to purchase a drink package. For instance, you book multiple shore excursions and you vacation during the region's peak season. Of course, you cannot forget about transportation either. Getting to and from the port will add to your overall costs. If flying, you should consider the airfare prices, airport transfers, and a pre-cruise hotel since you'll want to arrive the day before departure. Guests driving should also factor in gas, potential tolls, and any parking fees at the port. All right, everybody, that's all we have for today. Comment below how much you typically spend for a 7-night Carnival cruise, and be sure and like and subscribe to Cruise Vlog so that you can be notified every time we have a new awesome video. Until next time, happy cruising.